Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World and part 10 of my tutorial series on X3 Terran conflict. I'm going to shake up things a bit today, so as you might remember from the first episode, I'm actually following a very old guide that was made in 2010 that kind of basically explains everything in text what I'm now explaining in the videos. And normally we would be traveling a lot now to get a couple of specific ships and fit them out. However, I'm going to change that a little bit and first set up a trader. So basically we are going to get a cool ship, a big freighter, and we're going to equip that with the necessary stuff so that we have basically an automatic trader, and they basically search out the best buys and the best sells wherever they can find something. And slowly the pilot will level up and he will gain additional skills, and at some point he can become a universe trader where he can use a jump drive and just jump wherever he wants to go in order to trade. So basically that's giving us passive money, right? So instead of now traveling a lot to get all those ships that we want, I thought it would be cool to first get a autonomous trader in our fleet that would make us some money in the meantime. They do give you a lot of money, but it's over time, so it's not immediately going to cover its costs. But that doesn't matter. Anyway, so we are here at this pirate station that we hacked last time, and we bought 4 of these plasma burst generators. However, I'm going to buy 4 more just to be sure. It's never bad to have enough weapons, right? You might also remember that I was looking for impulse ray emitters at some point, and I think I found a station where we can actually buy them, because at the moment I only have 1 on the turret of this one that shoots down missiles once I'm attacked. But as we're going to get more and more ships, we want some more of these things on turrets of ships. So I am going to navigate to Rolk's Fate. There it is. And we're going to buy some impulse ray emitters there. There. So as you can see here, there is a light weapons complex alpha station, and once we dock there, they should have some impulse ray emitters ready. I checked the station before making this video just to be sure. So with Shift D you can just dock automatically once you have the docking computer. So let's see. Yes, they have some impulse ray emitters. So let's buy 8, or let's buy 7 because we had 1. Yes. And we can't buy its energy cells, I guess. No, because it uses them as resources in order to... It uses crystals, energy cells, bow food, or in order to create these weapons. So it doesn't want to get rid of these. We need to buy energy cells at solar power plants. So now we've got these. We can actually also already jump to Argon Prime. Why not? Let's do that. Because Argon Prime is where the shipyard is. And so what we are going to make is basically called a universe trader. If you want more detailed information, you can always Google that term, universe trader X3 Terran conflict, and you'll find a lot of information on it. What it basically is an autonomous ship. So you buy an XL cargo capable freighter, and you put trade command software MK3 on it, which is fairly expensive. I think it costs about $500,000. And we put that in there, and then we let it basically do its own thing. The pilot levels up slowly, and slowly it can use more and more sectors, and at some point when it is high enough level, it will start using a jump drive and become a universe trader. So we can go to the shipyard. So once I'm within 5 kilometers, I just normally press Shift D. Dock automatically. There we go. So, as you can see here, we are at the shipyard, and it has a lot of stations, but it also got Mercury Tankers XL. So you can when you hover over it, you can press I. Oh, when you click it, sorry, you press I. And then you get information on this thing. And that will also show you what this difference between small, medium, large basically means. So when you get the S1, it's very cheap, but it only comes with one megajoule shield. And if you see here, its max shield is 5 times 25 megajoule shield. So we are going to make quite an investment in this ship, and we don't want it to be blown up immediately, right? So if you go to the L version, you can see it's equipped with the maximum amount of shields. So that's basically always the case. So for example, here you have a Nova Vanguard. The L has 4 high energy plasma throwers and 3 shields, while the S has only one megajoule shield. So that depends. If you want this equipment, you can buy the most expensive version, but if you want to kind of customize it yourself, then you might as well buy the cheapest version. So I'm going to buy the largest Mercury tanker, so it cost me almost $1 million, so it's a lot of money. So I'll buy that. Oh, they don't have this one. Alright, well, what about this one? 5 times 5 megajoule shields. Well, I might as well buy the smallest one, so then I can buy it the maximum amount of shields somewhere else. So I'll buy this one. It cost me $500,000. Thank you. And it can have, I just have to remember, 5 times 25. Okay, so I'll buy one of these. There we go. It has a trade command software MK1, 1 megajoule shield, and now we can kind of equip it. We are going to equip it with a lot of engine tuning, because they are slow as hell, with a lot of rudder optimization. There. It's not gonna get it's gonna get our triplex scanner, I think. So while the ship itself doesn't need a scanner, it's good for us if we locate it on the map. Then we also see its scanning range, and we can, for example, see what's in stock in different shops. So I like to give it a nice triplex scanner. It likes to have, I'm gonna give it a fight command software. I'm gonna give it navigation command software if I need it to give it more complicated commands, for example to make a delivery to my own stations at some point, for example. It's gonna get a singularity time accelerator, and that's it. So at the moment it won't have more than that. However, it still kind of needs a jump drive. It doesn't necessarily need it yet, but I'm just gonna give it. And it needs a trade command software MK3. So we can get those in the Home of Light. So I'm going to go there. You can also upgrade the cargo bay, but at the moment it already has 5,700. You can upgrade this a lot, but it costs a fair amount of money, so I won't do that yet. So I'm gonna undock. And then there is my property, Mercury Tanker, orders, command, navigation, dock at the Home of Light, TerraCorp HQ. Go there. So then you can see here this green icon already. You can see the ship. That's the ship we just bought. Not the biggest ship in the world, but it will do. There's a lot of different versions of tankers, and all the different races have their own pros and cons. You can get faster ones, you can get bigger ones, all that. You can find out on the internet basically what they do, but you can also look at their info to see, for example, what their maximum steering is, what the maximum cargo bay is, all that kind of stuff. So that's completely up to you, whatever you prefer. Some people like the faster ones, other people like the ones with the biggest cargo holds. I now just bought this one to show how it works. Plus I like the design of the ship as well. So now we just need to wait for it to get to TerraCorp. So at the moment, as you can see here, this Mercury tanker is driven by me. I'm called Harry Gull in this game. And once we give it the trading command software, it basically immediately hires a pilot, and that pilot will go level up the more it trades. So if I'm not in this sector, it would actually immediately fly to the gate. It wouldn't do that. Now it's kind of decelerating and then turning and then doing that kind of stuff. So if you're not in a sector, ships are actually more efficient with flying, so things go faster. For example, if now it will get to Home of Light, then it will actually fly straight to TerraCorp HQ instead of taking a bit of a detour if I'm not in that sector. So now it's there. I'm just gonna wait a bit. In the meantime, I'll actually will sell my Nova Vanguard. It's actually a really good ship, but basically it's been confusing my property, because in your game you probably won't have it. So just to prevent confusing myself, I'm just going to send it to a shipyard and sell it, even though it's a really nice ship. So this one is going, it's in Home of Light now, and it's almost at TerraCorp. There. So, let's see. Advanced Trade Command Software MK3. So we buy that. And now we can basically already make it trade stuff. I would like to have those shields though, but I'm not entirely sure where I can buy them. Well, we can buy them later. Because now I'm just going to let it trade in a fairly safe environment. So basically, if we now go to my property and we have our Mercury Tanker, then we will give it the order of trade. And then you have here number 5, start sector trader. So I will click on that. And then you can say in which sector should it trade, and it will at the moment be restricted to just one sector. It will not go anywhere else, it will just trade there. Home of Light is a fairly good sector to trade in, but I think the wall is better. It's got some power plants in there, and it can basically transport those energy cells to other places. So I'll just say go there. So now you will see, once I click on the ship, it should at least, oh, it's still starting sector trader. It has to go to that sector, I guess. There. So now he is at the wall, and it immediately says buy where energy cells, and at the moment it has 0 energy cells. You can see now that the pilot changed to Assistant Courier Nino Cruise, and it is level 1 at the moment, and depending on how much it trades, basically over time it will trade more and more, this level will go up and he will gain special skills. For example, he can, instead of staying at the wall, he might also look for trades. He might also look for trades in neighboring sectors and all that kind of stuff. So, but for now it is actually just buying stuff. So now it's, for example, flying to one of these solar power plants in order to trade things, to buy things and then sell them to a station where it's profitable. So our money at the moment is 2,498,000. Now it bought 6,000 energy cells, so our money went down, and now it's going to sell those somewhere. And I actually never really rename my ships, but you can actually do that, rename ships. So if you have a fun idea for any of these ships for a cool name, then please post in the comment section and I can adjust the names. There, now we suddenly have 2.5 million, so we already went up. I think we started with 68, right? So now we made about 60,000 credits by that trade that he just did. And now he is going to look further for things to buy and sell. And he leveled up. Or she, I don't know what Nino is. So now he found a new thing. Again, energy cells. So he's gonna buy those somewhere and sell them somewhere. So that's basically what a sector trader does. It's now I don't have to do anything anymore, except that I still have to buy it, the shields. And I didn't buy a jump drive for it yet. So I'm not entirely sure where I can buy those 5 megajoule shields, but I'll find out. Otherwise, you can always see if you can find an L version somewhere. So maybe they actually have it now. Who knows? Well, they have 10 of this one, but I don't know which one that is. So basically, you can buy any kind of XL freighter thing or any ship that can carry XL load. It doesn't have to be the XL type. For example, here in the shipyard. Let me just dock there, makes it easier. For example, you will see a Mercury L there. It actually also carries XL cargo. These are called XL because they're just bigger types of these ships, but that doesn't mean that these don't carry XL cargo. So you can see that when you press I. For example, this one carries ST, which means it can actually carry stations for you to build, and at some point it's going to be really good to have one of these for build missions so that we can make a lot of money. But as you can see, the ship itself is super expensive, so we still have to wait a little before we can buy that. But yeah, so as long as you buy any kind of ship that has a XL cargo space, then you can make a sector trader out of it by buying the trade command software, which you can buy at Home of Light, and then you can just set it on its course and it will just start trading for you. So maybe it already traded a bit more, probably not. Oh, it bought something. And yeah, so basically that's how you can set up a sector trader. So next time we will actually be expanding our active fleet, basically buying ships for ourselves to fly around and buying a mobile base in order to have a cool ship that can dock those ships and fly around, so we always have a ship to choose from depending on the mission. But for now we set up a trader which will make us money while we do that all. So I hope you find it useful and see you next time.